Welcome to my YouTube channel, Marie's Country Life. Hello friends, it's me again. Today I'm going to show you my garden and show you the vegetables that are growing, the remnant vegetables. And this is the end of October. Today is October the 31st. And I'm going to show you the remaining the remaining vegetables that are growing in my garden. We planted some clover, and as you can see, it's a little greenish on top. Those are not weeds, but they are clover. We spread some clover as our cover crop to add nitrogen to the soil. Here you go. And we still have a few bitter melon left. This part here, I was thinking of planting some strawberries. No, it's really late, I'm sure. And this is a sage bush. Sage. It has grown. It keeps coming back every year. And here, there's also some clover. And I still have some bitter melon here. Bitter melon. There's one more. And a few more here growing. Bitter melon. Right here. And on this side here, I have some peppers. The peppers are still growing. Peppers are the last ones standing because they are also the ones that grow later in the summer. I have bell peppers here, and I will harvest them soon. I was thinking of putting some cover on the base of these pepper. Hopefully they will come back next spring. And I still have some sweet potatoes here. I didn't have a lot of sweet potatoes this year. I got lazy, but I'm going to dig them up soon also. And on this side here, I planted some onions. I have more to plant. And on this side here, I have some garlic. I planted more garlic this year. And this side here, I have some greens. Believe it or not, I did not plant these greens. Well, technically I did, but this one here, collard greens, and this side here, kale. I did not plant them this year, but they came back. They came back because the last year's veggies, the last year's greens became mature and it produced some seeds. So I harvested some of the seeds, and some seeds that are on the ground, they grew back. They grew, and so this is what I have. And I'm excited because I did not plant them. Nature planted them, so I just cultivated and removed some of the grass around the plants, some of the stuff that were in the way, so they look like they are going to grow good. And here I still have bitter melon. It's a big size. And this is the other trellis here. There's still a few here and right here. So it seems like it's doing well. I have a taro. There's a few taro here. Taro roots. They come back every year. I need to harvest them so that I can eat them. And some of my taro plants are growing here. I actually relocated them because before they were like on that corner, on that side, and every time we till the soil, they get shredded, and then they were growing just randomly everywhere. So I relocated them on this side here, and it's time for me to harvest them. I'll have to harvest them later. I mean, I've been neglecting this patch. I have been really lazy this year in my garden, but anyway, I'm still thankful that I'm able to grow them even though these plants are neglected. So yeah, I have a small patch of taro, and I'll have to dig them up when I dig my sweet potato up. This is the other view, the other side. Right here, the back side, or the opposite side of the garden. Our backyard is not flat, so we terraced it. As you can see, it's terraced. So we have a natural patch. My husband and my brother-in-law, they did this when we first moved here. So we put riprap, we call it riprap, or a wall, rock wall on the side to sort of like terrace it. So it's like a ladder or a staircase, because the back side, see, the back of our house, I mean, generally our house here, our area here, the location, it's not flat, so we have to terrace it so that we have a flat spot for our garden. And on this side here, this is where my chayote plants. I have 3 trellises here. This side, that side, see, I have 3 trellises. And you see my chayotes, they look so pretty. They're hanging and they're getting bigger. You can see they look so pretty. Right here, they're everywhere. They are getting ready for harvesting, because later this week there will be frost. There's a lot. Woohoo! Yeah, and I will probably have a basket full of chayote, and I still have some smaller ones and big ones, of course, to harvest right here. Yay! There you go. The last plant standing. The last plant standing. Chayote, pepper, bitter melon. You see the chayotes? They look pretty. They are hanging like the Christmas decoration. Aren't they pretty? And what else? Bitter melon, of course, my greens, green veggies, pepper. I have taro growing. I have chayote, the bitter melon, yeah, like I said. And I'm gonna show you also here, I have some volunteer plants growing in the scrap pile. I did not plant squash this year, but I have squash growing. It's a butternut squash right there, and that's my scrap pile over there. I have 1, 2, and 3 squash to harvest. And that one, those are papayas. I'm getting ready to, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to transfer, or I'm going to repot the papayas because I want to grow them in containers. And that's our scrap pile. There are papaya plants, volunteer papaya plants. I'm going to transfer them into a container and bring them inside the house. Papaya plants. And we also have volunteer squash growing. Volunteer butternut squash. There you go, 1. And here's another one. 2. It's a good size. And here's another squash. This is not a butternut squash, but it's a squash. Some type of squash. This is a little one here. I don't think it's gonna make it. It's gonna be cold later this week. So the last vegetable standing, the volunteer squash, and some of our vegetables that are still in the garden. Okay, that's it. That's all for my update. The last vegetable is standing, and it's the end of October. Yeah, fall. It's getting cold and we're getting ready to winterize our garden.